Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Faith and I welcome you to tonight's Unite gathering. Since we cannot physically meet this evening, we have pre-recorded our March 3rd episode. Do you want to learn how others handled their breakup? Do you feel unprepared to date or even get married? Do you want to learn how to better yourself and prepare yourself for marriage? Then stay tuned for more insights. We are blessed to have with us Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Chiong tonight.
Hi everyone, this is your Kuya Jonathan and your Ate Tisha.
Yes. We've been married for going on 13 years and we have 4 wonderful boys.
We didn't really have any guidelines that was set. I mean, for me, basically, I went into the relationship on my own. Didn't consult to anyone or didn't ask for any advices. But I do remember one guideline. It happened during our first fight, when we had a first fight as a boyfriend and girlfriend, and then she started to threaten if we should go our separate ways. And yes, and what I did was I explained to her that's not a good way to build a relationship. We can argue, we can fight, but never threaten the relationship. And I think it worked for us because from then on, she never really brought it up again.
And ours is a long distance relationship. So our rule is to, it's like having a date night once a week. So we talk on the phone.
It's a set time and day of the week.
Because I was in Cebu and I was in Cagayan. So we only get to see each other once a month.
Yes, once a month.
2 days.
Okay, through a common friend, I have a dorm mate, which was his classmate, her classmate
In high school.
And they met in a reunion. I think year 99 or 2000. Was it 2000? 99, I think.
99.
Yes. And so when my friend found out that she was working in Cagayan de Oro, he said, "Hey, I have a friend in Cagayan. I think you should meet." And the rest is history. We now understand more what the Bible says about having a godly relationship. We understand more about what's the responsibility of a man. Because I have 4 boys, right? We have 4 boys, so we have to make them understand that when they enter a relationship, there has to be a certain parameters that they have to meet, in which will make them say that they are ready for such a relationship. Yung point is, encourage naman na we do encourage them na at least similar cultured nga family for the adjustment to be not so drastic, but that is very negotiable. Diba? The non-negotiable is they should find someone who loves God more than them.
After the first year of our relationship as boyfriend and girlfriend, we broke up for 1 year.
Oh yeah, about a year.
Almost a year. And when we were friends, the relationship, not the boyfriend girlfriend, it was very smooth.
We're so easy to get along with.
No misunderstanding, no fight.
Because there was no expectation.
Yes.
There was no
disappointments, or because
there was no demand in the relationship.
And then when we got into a relationship, it was
unsa man ang gisudlan? Controlling mo kini siya.
Unsa man ni? very manhid, no? No. No. But because of the expectations, siguro, no? That's why we were constantly fighting, siguro. And it did not help na ours is a long-distance relationship, so if katong first relationship, I did not get hurt. And the first one, the not so serious one that I had back in college, di ba? It's like, sige, nagbulag, and then the next day, I'm okay na, I'm fine, like that. But this one, I had a difficult time. It's like, it took me a while to not get over him, or yes. Or maybe I did not really get over him. Kaya balik me after 1 year, but to go back to my regular, normal life, siguro, no? Ikaw sad, di ba? Yeah. I had a hard time, but it was easy and at the same time difficult. Easy because long distance relationship, so at least I don't get to see him. Okay, I was in Cebu, tas nasa Cagayan, so medyo okay lang. But it was a little difficult. Kay I was used to talking to him regularly for mga 5 or 6 years na, because we were friends for so it's so parang suddenly I had nobody to share or to talk to kung something parang great happened or something kanang bad happened. No, I'm also lucky na I have 3 sisters. This we're all very close to each other, so we sometimes share man each other. So yeah, it helped. Pero that time, I came from a different religion or mga background. So I had no group or mga wider group, no support system aside from my sisters. So it would be nice, looking back siguro, it would be nice if I had that support system who could tell me na, like that, mga advices or something.
Biblical advices.
Biblical advices and not the worldly ay, di ba, different man ang the worldly and the biblical.
I think the beauty of what happened was it made me realize how deep my emotions was for her. And secondly, it made me appreciate her. Because honestly, I was also like dating during the time we broke off. And it made me realize more na she's the best fit for me. Yeah. The trust, the relationship that we had was it had more importance and value now rather than when I had it in the first place.
By that time, I started to read the Bible and pray, and then parang I remember good this time I said, "No, Lord, if he is not for me, I will stop talking to him. I won't answer his calls anymore."
Before that, God used Tisha in my life to make me realize that if I'm not going to surrender myself to God, then I'm not going to be a good husband, and most probably I'm not going to be a good father. God used that as His grace to make me realize my need for Him. So that was my tipping point where I started to say, Lord, I have to give you my life, and I'm not gonna live anymore with this religion, but with this real relationship with you. And if we are going to get married, then we have to share the same faith.
And when we were about to get married, so we decided to do it in Boracay with
Boracay din.
Yes. Si Pastor Banial and Pastor Joel
Yes.
Ortiz. And so my dad was against it. Remember, I had a different religious background. So my dad was against it because he wanted it to be done sa Catholic Church. So he said na if we do it sa Boracay, he won't attend daw the wedding. And what we did is he told me, sige lang, you just keep on preparing, but as long as your dad won't go or he won't
Give his
allow
blessing.
to give his blessings, we won't push through with the wedding. And we did not force, or I didn't even argue. I didn't even say, sige na dad, please.
Or beg.
Oh, beg. No, I did not. It was God used my mom. It was my mom lang. And I did not even ask my mom for help to force my father, encourage my father. He just told my dad, I don't know, what did you say, Gani? I forgot.
Nako sa Cagayan, anak nga tayo.
Yeah, I forgot. But my mom, she talked to my dad, and then my dad agreed. This is from God, because everything was smooth na.
Yes, you were just setting the path for it. Yes.
Yeah, because we did not want to disobey our parents or
God first. I mean, even while I was waiting for her, I was already in my clothes. On the wedding day, and I was standing where I was supposed to stand and just waiting for the ceremony to start. I remember praying this to God. I said, Lord, even now, if you're gonna tell me to walk away, I will. I was that fully surrendered to Him. I mean, that's the only way that I can remember good nga, knowing na, okay, this is it. Because the moment nga I saw her walking down the aisle, I said na, if I was any way a better man than who I was then, I would have really bawled my eyes out and cried, because I start to, my eye start to welled up as she was walking down the aisle, because there was this pure joy that I enjoyed. But even then, before that, I just said, Lord, if you tell me to walk away, I will. And then during our vows, I told her that. I said, you are going to be my number 2, because God is going to be my number 1. And if God is always going to be my number 1, then I'm gonna do what a husband is supposed to do with you. So that's God first.
Copy paste. No, copy paste. Because runaway bride. No, seriously. I feel so blessed na I'm married to him. Not because pero sige na, guwapo, butan, no, pero no, but because I feel so blessed because God used him also na for me to really get to know him, to have a personal relationship. So
I believe you should start with friendship. See how you interact with each other, not just being the two of you alone, but also in a group. See if you can have fun, you can laugh with this person, you can really enjoy this person's company. Then, pagka mo na lang duha, how much more, diba? But, yeah, so, it's something that I do encourage.
In my opinion, I think they're selling themselves short. Because if the guy really treasures you or loves you, he won't put you in that position.
Okay. Man to man. Okay, if you're a man, then I can say you're ready to get married. But if you're still a boy, then you're not supposed to go into these relationships yet. You have to ask permission properly, do the right thing by expressing what your true emotions and intent to the girl. Be fair also to the girl. I don't have a good track record for this, okay? I was very bad at this. I mean, no, as I said, that was part of my stupid, and I'm saying stupid days. But so if you're a guy and you're interested in a girl, you can start to be friends with that girl, as we have stated before, but you cannot make any demands on that relationship. You cannot set standards. You can be there just as a friend. Now, if you want to be more than friends, then you have to do the right thing. Now, if we're talking about context in the church, one possible way on doing this is you share it with a kuya or your wider group leader, so that you can have a proper guideline. And then after that, you can probably talk to the parents first. But if this message is mostly for the youth who are still studying, I have bad news for them. Don't go into a relationship until you finish schooling, because if your intention is to get married when you go into a relationship, how can you do that when you're still studying? It's not a popular nor a beloved advice to kids out there, but sometimes that's what truths are. They're hard to swallow.
One advice that worked for us was, before we got married, we had to come clean with all our past. We had to let each other know all the past relationships or past
and the stupid things that I've done.
things. It really helped.
Yes. Like, accept me for who I am. And it's such a wonderful feeling to know that your partner knows all the dark side and then still accepts you for who you are. So it sort of solidifies the foundation for the marriage. We did that before marriage. I should start with the phrase, should I settle for anything less? If you know our God, He doesn't give you anything less, but always the best. There must be a reason why, and how much we would love to know those reasons, but there will always be things in His sovereign will that are in place in which we just don't know what His perfect time is. But the best thing that we can do, and this is the only thing that I can answer with a definite and confident right answer, is if we are looking to become that wife or to become that husband, work at it. Believe that someone is coming, but instead of busy looking for that someone, work to become and prepare yourself to be the best husband or to become the best wife that you can be.
To really wait for God's timing, yun. I think you'll know. If you have a relationship with God, you'll know when it's the right time or not. Okay. Marriage is difficult, but it's not the bed of roses every day. If it's not the right time or wrong person, it will make your life miserable every day. But if it's the right time, right person, it will be so there's so much joy, and yes, we do fight, but
Makes you a better person.
sige, sige, sige.
Look at the camera.
Okay, and then...
Hi. I'm Jonathan. Julian Santos here with me. One of the strategy of blah 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 blah. Anyway, just
That's all for our third episode. Do you have questions? Or do you have insights that you want to share? Feel free to share them on your social media account. And don't forget to tag us at INSIDEOUT GCAF and use hashtag JourneyWithGCAF so we can find your posts and interact with you. So that's all for tonight. See you next week for the last episode for our March series, Unite Gathering. Bye!